Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to an oh my gee. This is an amazing week. Like, there are so many alignments. Get ready to soar, and let me tell you, if Venus already isn't your favorite planet, she just might be after this week. Before we get started though, I just also want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all your love and support. Truly, you guys make this channel a success. You guys make this a family. You make me feel blessed, and I truly love you back. So let's get into it, because this week, oh my goodness, there are so many things coming into alignment. It's just crazy. This is like a pinch me, don't pinch me kind of week. And get ready to soar. I'm just saying, like, higher than, thank you, higher than you have in a decade. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So this is a week filled with power and with promise. There's a lot. Okay, I'll take it. There's a lot happening for you this week, and it's all these wonderful doors that are opening for you. So Venus is moving into Libra, Pluto starts moving direct at full force, and we also have this beautiful grand air trines. Say that 10 times fast. 2 grand air trines are also happening, and they're tied with your career, with your work, with your money, income, your heart's revolution. Venus is playing a huge role. The north nodes are tying everything into like this beautiful bow on the gift, like especially with this trine with Jupiter and Saturn that's coming into play as they deliver this destined gift that's magical. And if that wasn't enough, Chiron's coming into play play this week as well. So this is our wounded healer. He is going to be delivering something that's beautiful. It's a breakthrough. It's freeing. It's healing. And it's truly liberating you, where your past is never going to define your future ever, like going forward. This is just gorgeous energy. So starting out right away on the 13th, as I'm recording this, we have Venus moving into Libra. Stay tuned. I'll do an in-depth read on her, what to expect, some key dates to really pay attention to, other than just the 13th, which is huge. No pressure. And also, she's moving into our second house of income, worth, salary, right alongside with the sun. To top that off, Pluto is also moving into direct motion in Aquarius, in our 6th house of work, lifestyle, routine, health, in Aquarius, innovation, outside the box thinking, spiritual warrior like you've never seen before, and 2, finding solutions to problems that really let you shine in your uniqueness. So everything that's outside the box, everything that involves surprise, is your greatest asset with Pluto moving direct in Aquarius. And the biggest thing that really comes to mind is like how the protests response in Portland basically is going on. Like I say, your uniqueness is your greatest asset, where you deliver surprise, where you deliver something that is unexpected, is your greatest asset during this time. And it's long lasting. We'll talk about it. And I'll also do a separate read with Pluto moving direct at a macro level for the micro level as well, with some key dates to truly pay attention to, at least for the rest of this year, because he's long lasting, like I say. To top that off, we also on the 13th have a half moon in Cancer, in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, legacy, humanitarian efforts, community. The half moon will also be trine with Mars. Remember, Mars and also Mercury are in Scorpio in our 3rd house. Communication, learning methods, support, like your PR, your marketing, how you're putting yourself out there. The connections that you make also involves family, right? One-on-one relationships, your neighbor, your mail person, your hairstylist, your local bakery, just saying. This is also at a point where the half moon is conjuncting with Jupiter, and Venus will also be opposing Neptune. So you're going to really start this week out seeing your life transform right off the bat on Monday from this point forward in October. With Venus moving home, and remember, Libra is her home. She's now in our 2nd house, lifting us up in our worth, our self-acceptance, our self-love. She's all about money, love, beauty, creativity. Your creativity, that's, like I say, your greatest asset, your uniqueness. All your heart's desires are all coming in and being amplified with balance, harmony under Libra. She's this Renaissance woman that's bringing us back to the things that we value the most, our humanity, everything that makes us unique in our humanity, that makes us special. She'll also be seated right next to the sun, like I was saying. So together they're bringing in something huge, something positive, and it's tied to your financial opportunities, particularly through collaborations, group projects. They'll be bringing in the blessings and the strength that come from the term many hands make light work. This is coming together where we're stronger together, right? Our unity is our strength. The fact that we think differently, that we come to the table with different perspectives, strengthens our foundations. You're going to feel extra magnetic during this time when Venus is in Libra, and you're going to feel fired up. So Mars, Mercury in Scorpio, Mars is home in our third house of communication. You're going to feel this drive, this ambition, this go-getter attitude, and it's all about connecting with people at a very deep level where you're finding common goals that touch you at your heart in the most vulnerable places, in places where it's like we're coming together through emotion. We're tying things together in a way that's deep. It's that scorpionic energy. It's facing the fears, right? It's letting things come to light, standing up for what's right, for your passions. These two are moving mountains. They're lifting you up, and you'll feel this. You'll feel the burning passion, the endurance, the determination. Nothing's going to knock you down with these two standing together like this. And if you haven't seen Mercury's read, check that out, because that is where we talk about it more in depth. But this is such a social time for you. It's beautiful. You're tapped in to the sync, to the flow. People are holding doors open for you right as you're about to enter or leave. You're catching a baby blanket right as he drops it out of the stroller without mom looking. This is sous chef kind of energy. You're being handed the 9/16 socket right as you need one with your cat Gary shining the light for you while you're working. Snowballs in the bag, making sure your shoes are properly untied. I'm just saying, but this is all about co-creation. And they're all co-creating with you, for you. Everything is lining up for you. It's transformation that is embodied with love. And with Pluto moving direct, he's charged up. He's empowerment. He's powering up your sixth house of work, lifestyle, daily routines, health. He's motivating you with momentum and innovations in ways of working smarter instead of harder, living your life on your terms. And it's with such this nurturing harmony, with balance, work-life balance. This is gorgeous. We'll get into Pluto in a little bit here as well. I'll touch on him here because this is big energy, and you'll see it at the macro level really take shape. We already are. We already have that word of revolution floating around, right? We'll get into it. This is where Pluto really has made a difference in history for us, and he's going to start doing that for us once again in a very good way. It all leads to positive change. Remember, life happens for you, not to you. This is where Pluto is saying, hey, let's do this. All your uniqueness, all the advantage of surprise, and how you can shine in this world with the gifts that only you have to offer. This is where I want to lift you up. Mars is saying the same thing. Mercury is saying the same thing. Now Venus is coming in and saying, yes, let's get your heart desires. Remember, she's been waking up this whole year asking you like, hey, what do you want your destiny to look like? Let's make that happen. Pluto's saying, let's do this kind of energy. And then you've got Jupiter too. I know I'm such a nerd, but either way, right away, this is King of Cups energy. And like I say, with Pisces energy here as well, partnerships, commitments, people coming together with collaboration, that we're stronger together and that unity is our strength through innovation with that Aquarian energy. You're standing with the King of Cups energy. And remember, this is your heart. With that cup being filled, it's something that your emotions are touched with. You're being supported with that heart chakra wide open. And you're standing in your leadership in all the beautiful things that make you, you. This is emotional management. This is compassion behind your philanthropic opportunities. This is also understanding your generosity, the energy flow of giving and receiving. For every dollar you spend, you're getting it back tenfold. Like, let me tell you, Venus, this is the week where Virgos are going to be receiving in a lot of beautiful ways, in your creativity, in your social network as well, how you communicate, how you connect. And it's got a lot to do with your work, with your career, especially with the grand trines opening up here as well. As you can see, back to back, both of them are holding their cups. This is the time where you have your cups coming in and filling over. This is romance when it comes to going after what you need, what you want, what you manifest, following your intuition, focusing your emotion on your manifestations, and standing in your compassion, exemplifying your humanity, right, above things that contradict it, following your gut. This is also bringing to light where things are going against what's your ethics, your values, and bringing justice at a macro and a micro level in such a beautiful way under this Libra sun. This is an exciting month, and it's judgment. It's your justice. There's an awakening happening here. There's an epiphany. There's revelations, and we'll get into it because the 14th, if the 13th wasn't exciting enough, let me tell you, the 14th, it just gets better. And the week gets better from here. There's also that healing aspect. There's this freeing aspect. You're soaring this week higher than you have in a decade. So get ready. This is a rebirth. This is a renewal. This is spiritual realization and walking with spirit in such a gorgeous way that truly aligns you with your soul's purpose. And we've got Pluto leading the way with absolution, with transition. This is judgment call, where it's bringing everything that was out of balance back into alignment. And let me tell you, everything is aligning in such a beautiful way. Even snowball untying your shoes. Just saying. This is where it's choices that you're making, the individuals that you're connecting with in life, everything coming into alignment where there's absolute harmony. Especially with the key of C. Remember, the key of C, everything is neither sharp nor flat. Everything is in alignment. It's a beautiful key. And this is where, truly, with the Five of Swords, you're looking at where there's been misrepresentation, where there's been betrayals, where there's been defeat, humiliation, frustration, unfair advantages, abusive powers, where pointless victories have been made. And Aquarian energy with Pluto is tearing down all of that, and Venus is coming to lift you up and remind you just how powerful and gifted you are. Remember, she's moving home. Love, money, beauty, creativity, your heart's desired, all coming back into balance. She's here. Get ready to receive. This is that kind of energy. And if this resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is a week. We're just getting started. This is just Monday. And let's talk about Pluto too. So before I forget, Pluto, oh my goodness. Pluto moving direct. He is this, and remember, he is the ruler of the underworld, but in Aquarian energy, in our 6th house, he's motivating you with coming into living life on your terms. Especially where it's like where we've been ruled by abusive power, taken advantage of, where things have been inequitable on a micro and a macro level with your health, lifestyle, routines. He's shifting things for the long term. So this is where it's like you're ready to show the world what you're made of this week. And Pluto is saying, okay, I got you, girl. I got you, sir. This is that. So at a macro level, I just want to also put this out there. He's going to be shifting. Expect some very powerful shifts in power dynamics and what's not working that lead to long-term societal changes. We'll talk about it more in the in-depth read for him, so stay tuned. But with this Cancer moon, trining with Mars, conjuncting with Jupiter, all at the same time as well, this is going to be such an emotionally fulfilling and active time for you. So, I will also say, you're going to feel like all of them are part, like the friendships, the social life, the people you're coming into contact with, the people that Pluto is aligning you with, that are standing up with justice, standing up for equitable solutions, fairness, go-getter aspects when it comes to going after what really lights you up. In your communications, with Cancer being tied in with that half moon, with Jupiter being tied in, aligning to your 11th house, at a bigger picture. This is all where the influences that are coming in are bringing such significant positive change to your social life with deepening friendships, new connections. You're going to feel like all of them are part of your soul tribe and chosen family. This is basically where it's like they're all here to support you in your long-term goals. And we're doing it at a humanitarian level on the micro or on the macro scale. So this is basically cosmic setup in such a beautiful way that not only encourages emotional growth, but it's creating this supportive flow that helps you realize your own worth, allows you to embrace the support of others. And with Venus opposing Neptune, this is also where if there was tension in money, tension in relationships, things that were making you question if going after your dreams were worthwhile, like I say, things that were abuse of powers, the systems that were set up to work against you rather than for you. These two are enlightening those aspects, and they're bringing in this support system, especially on the lucrative scale. With Venus here, remember she's our planet of love, but she's our planet of money. In her second house, in her home, our second house, but either way, the house of money. This is where, with how much support is surrounding you, expect to find security coming in from others at the same time that you're asking or finding this tension of like, oh my goodness, am I going to make it if I keep going with these dreams, lucratively speaking? How do I tie that into my financial security, especially with all this volatility, especially while you see that abusive power right now is manipulating the markets, so many different markets, the housing market, the stock market, right? We could go on and on and on. Even our educational systems, our health departments, right? This is where there's so much support coming in. People are really starting to rise up, especially with Pluto, and understanding that the power is in the people. We'll talk about it in his read. I don't want to get too much into it, but kind of do. Either way, this is where this channel of creativity and spirituality between Neptune and Venus in particular, these two are bringing in their higher expressions in such a beautiful way. So channel this energy. That's creativity, that's frequency, that's resonance, that's dreaming as big as the universe. That's renaissance. What you build is your greatest asset. You are your greatest asset. How you transform with the changing of times. You know, it's like adaptability with grace, with that Geminian energy kind of thing. It's like you're finding ways to not only adapt with it, but rise above it. Use that energy rather than fall behind by resisting it. So this is the time where if you're feeling that tension, like I say, look around you at who's coming in for you. Even Snowball, untying those shoes is going to help you in some way, shape, or form, because life happens for you, not to you. And there's these alignments that only hindsight 2020 kind of thing will say, oh my goodness, I am so glad that happened. It seemed like misfortune or uncomfortable when it came in, but look at what it lined me up for. And this is where your faith comes in, trusting, knowing that this is what's really coming into alignment. So these expressions, they're going to highlight beauty and worth in the imperfections. It's going to open your eyes to additional resources. These additional support systems that are coming in are going to help you with problem solving, outside the box thinking that allows you to accomplish your dreams without paying top price, without sacrificing all your assets, or making you feel like it's depleting you, but instead it's these win-win solutions that only grow stronger foundations and allows you to accomplish your dreams in a way that allows you to achieve everything that your heart desires. It's your heart's revolution. And on the 14th, like I was saying, this is where truly all the doors start to open at once. So get ready. You have not flown this high in over a decade, especially with Jupiter coming into this orb of alignment of 2 degrees with Saturn. This is where Saturn, normally he's gruff, right? He's like my way or the hard way kind of guy. And he's coming in with karma working on your side. He's coming in with this alignment where he's working for you, building your structure, legacy. And we're coming into this place where these 2 grand trines are coming into alignment. So this is where everything is happening with ease. It's like if you're an eagle, where you're soaring up to your mastery, you're not flying as, like flapping those wings as hard as you can. You're kettling to the top. You're rising on those high pressure systems, those heat thermals, and they're soaring you to the top. That's this energy on the 14th. So this is with ease. All these doors start to open in only the way that a 1,000-pound door can open silently with just the push of a finger when it's balanced perfectly. That's the 14th. Get ready. And if the 13th wasn't enough already, like I say, how you start your week, it's coming in with a bang. In such a beautiful way. It's promise and power with your purpose, your heart's revolution. It's tied to your destiny as well. We'll get into it. So this is where wishes truly do come true, especially with the Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles here, this is inner peace. This is good news coming in, standing in your independence, enjoying the fruits of your labor, all that you've been working towards. All these doors are truly starting to open at this time, and you're shining with that Virgo in energy. That's, remember, bringing the sacred into the everyday, in the here and now. And again, we've got Venus lighting your way, walking right alongside with you with that heart chakra wide open in all the support. And this is truly about integration, right? Using the pain, like turning your pains into passion, knowing that your story, your gifts, your craft, your mastery is what's going to bring in the magical, your destined gift. This is prosperity, material comfort, success in such a beautiful way. And it's coming into a completion where, like I say, we'll get into it. I don't want to jump ahead too much, but Chiron's here too. Juno's here too. You're no longer letting the past define you. Get ready to walk forward with your future, being liberated in such a way that brings everything into perfect balance. You're taking leadership. You're going against the grain. You're taking action and initiation with foresight, with self-discipline, with reason. Standing in your authenticity, with your trustworthiness, with your ambition. And again, it's about reciprocity. These are alignments where truly you're providing support, support's being provided for you. This is knowing exactly why you're here, what you're doing, what you're meant to do, and being inspiration in action, particularly as it aligns with the 4, to your foundations, to your stability, to the balance that leads to contentment in your structures, in your boundaries, in organizing chaos. Remember, that's what we do best, Virgos. I'm just saying, organization, all of these higher expressions. This is high frequency energy this week. And on the 14th, this is where with the 5 of Wands, if there was chaos, clash of ambitions, you're rising to the challenge, right? If you're seeing envy from others, lack of unity, team spirit, Saturn's coming in such a way that he's working for you. Everything that's been working against you, you're entering a new cycle. This is change without resistance, right? Rising to the challenges in your sacral flow. Again, that's taking all that wisdom from those wounds, from that south node, all those aspects where you've been dimming your light, being overly critical about yourself to others, or to focusing on perfectionism, right? Rather than seeing results, ambitious-driven results. This is where you're letting all that go and you're soaring. This is fire, inner fire energy, and you're taking center stage because, like I say, get ready. This isn't even like the most exciting part of the week, I'll be honest. But this is also where, with the 6 of Pentacles, as you can see, it's about the balance of the scales on a macro level and on a micro level. When it comes to your foundations, your comforts, your soul tribe, your chosen family, seeing through everything that was done in the dark. This is a generous, like, law of reciprocity, right? Law of movement with inertia. Every dollar you spend, when you spend it towards building up your community, when your community is strong, like, so what really comes to mind is like the idea of absentee landlordism, right? One of the most beautiful things that I've seen in a community is where when they look at aspects of tourism and recognize and acknowledge just how powerful it is, how much economy it brings in, they also look at the importance of keeping that money here. So this is where, like, setting up systems where you're acknowledging that the housing for your community is just as important and valuable as the tourism that comes in. So you're putting limitations on your Airbnbs, or two, you're making it where those, like, if you have short-term rentals, you've got to actually stay in them, live in them for 51% of the time, so that economy flows into the local economy. Because the more dollars that you spend in your home, in your local community, the more that it gets coming back around and comes back to you, comes back to your neighbor, comes back to the, like, mail person, comes back to your hairstylist, your local grocery store. That enables you guys to all prosper. As the cooperative that I used to work for 12 years, the biggest thing that I always loved was hearing that we had the highest paid dishwasher and the lowest paid CEO before things changed. But either way, that's another story for a different day. But the reasoning why is exactly for this. Hiring the community rather than outside the community enables that economic security for everyone. That's what the Six of Pentacles is coming in to really give the imparting knowledge with, sharing that experience, right? Giving that wisdom, setting up those successional plans that are not just for the here and now, but for your children, for your neighbors' children, for your cousins, for the babies that are coming in third, fourth, fifth generation, right? Especially third, fourth, fifth generational farms. That's this kind of energy where local government, local empowerment helps us truly thrive instead of just survive. It's social justice. It's fairness. It's charity, generosity. It's sharing through the knowledge, the power, the promise for the future. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe, because truly you guys are what elevate these messages to the ears that need to hear them. But it's bringing things into symmetry, into harmony, through integration, through reciprocity, and harmony of opposites. Remember, we're stronger because we all think differently. We all have something to bring to the table. And when we rise up together, there's nothing that can stop us. That's this energy. So let's get into the 14th. Okay, so we've got, get ready. Hope you're sitting down. Venus, like I say, she's going to be your favorite planet this week. Trining Uranus and Pluto. We've got our second house lit up. We've got our 10th house lit up. We've got our 6th house lit up. This is where the first of our two grand trines is now in alignment. And with the sun in Libra as well, we don't have just one grand air trine. We've got two. So Venus, just want to say this, trining Pluto happens twice a year, but Uranus's trine with Venus happens only once a year. This is a very auspicious day and a very auspicious alignment. This is all tied for Virgos as well, with work, career, your worth, your money, your income. It's your heart's true revolution with the planet of love lifting this up, opening this gateway, this portal in such a beautiful way. And I will also say as well, this is an energy, this is an alignment. Oh my gosh, the sun came out. That's awesome. That no one in our lifetimes has experienced it on Earth. So Uranus hasn't been in Gemini in 84 years. Oh, look at that. The Hangman is here. Oh, we'll talk about this. Okay. And the Page of Pentacles is on the bottom. I'm into it. So Uranus hasn't been in Gemini in 84 years. Pluto hasn't been in Aquarius since 1778. Pluto has lasted in Aquarius between 1778 and 1798. So, like I say, I really want to get it. I'm so tickled and tempted to get into this, but I'll save it for like I say, stay tuned for his in-depth read. But just as a precursor, During that time frame, we had the American Revolution. We had the French Revolution. We had the Haitian Revolution. We had the start of the Industrial Revolution. So I hope you're seeing what's coming into fruition, what Pluto is really gifting us with. This is such a powerful time during this time, with technology, with AI, helping wake up society in such a beautiful way to remind us, to help us remember that we are a fractal of Christ consciousness. We are a co-creator in this life. And when we're all connected, that we all are connected, we have the power to change in a multi-universe what our future looks like in more ways than we actually know or have come to realize. When you're seeing what's going on in the countries, in the states, in the world, when it comes to revolution, the power is truly being given to the people with Pluto going direct in Aquarius. And for Virgos, at a macro, at a micro level, this is where he's empowering, he's igniting you in such a way that's kind of like, and he's mischievous. Like I say, life happens for you, not to you. He's that one that kind of comes out. It gives to mind, like, say you're an artist, right? You're, as I like to put it, the Hobby Lobby is my Toys R Us. It's where you're in a Hobby Lobby, and for some reason you got like this all path, like all everything goes pass, where you can get everything you want in the store, just put it in your cart, 30 minutes, go, kind of thing. He is that kind of energy. Like I say, it's enabling you, he's enabling you to live your life on your terms. When it comes to health, lifestyle, routine, what your day-to-day looks like, working smarter, not harder, lifting up your money, your career, with your second house, your 10th house, and your 6th house being ignited with Venus in her home in Libra. This is going to all help with redefining your values and your career in a very empowering way. Expect to be transformed with this trine, because remember, we've got Soul's Temple in here too. We've got the sun. This is Source's energy, our self-renewing, self-renewable energy systems. This is tapping in to 0 point energy kind of situation. This is gorgeous. Rather than paying an energy company, rather than having to pay someone else to invest in your dreams, you're creating it out of nothing, or what seemingly is nothing. It's also the idea of that we only use 10% of our brain, right? Well, what's the other 90% doing? What does that make us capable of when we tap into it? That's this energy. It's your heart's revolution in such a beautiful way. So expect to be transformed in your sense of self-worth, just how powerful you are, what you have to bring to the table, to innovate some major professional developments, some deep changes in your daily career, your daily routine, your daily lifestyle. Some of you are making some career pivots. Some of you are having an unanticipated job promotion or job offer push you into uncharted territory. You're deciphering what you truly value in life, how you build your assets in line with those, in line with your values, in line with what you hold most dear. There may also be wellness evolution taking place here, where it's like, hey, you're finally letting go of some bad habits, freeing yourself from, say, some addictions, whether it be sugar, alcohol, because remember, alcohol pokes holes in your aura. This is where you're revolutionizing your spirituality with your health and realizing that your electromagnetic field, what you intake into your body, makes a difference, impacts that spiritual aura, and how your spiritual aura is impacted impacts your manifestations, what you're working towards, the energy that's surrounding you. All of it's interconnected. This is also I saw the most amazing thing, and we'll get into the cards here as well, because look at this on the spread. I just wanted to get distracted a little bit here, but this comes to mind, now science is starting to truly elaborate, enlighten us to what we've always known inherently, but we haven't been able to prove. It's where spirituality and science are truly aligning. So what I mean by that is where a farmer knows, when you plant a seed, it's not like you just plant it and then it grows on its own and all of a sudden you get money from it without any work. No. This is where it's like you water that seed. You focus on the soil fertility, the soil health. You focus on watching it, nurturing it, stewarding it, so that if there's any pests that come, if there's any drought that you experience, any flooding that you experience, any animals that are eating up your crop, you're protecting it, you're stewarding it, you're working hand in hand. So now, like, fun fact, like, I was watching this episode, which I was so absolutely like, finally people are starting to get it, or we're finally starting to learn about it, put this information out there. So we've always known that there's a world wide web. Well, there's also this world wide web of root systems when it comes to plants. We're just deaf to it, right? It's on frequency and vibrations, calibrations that we can't hear. So it's really fun when plants, science is really starting to test plants. So like when a tomato plant, for instance, they tested, actually it was fun. I won't get into it too much, but they tested basically like how plants react sound-wise, frequency, vibration-wise, to if their roots are dry, if they're thirsty, right? We already know plants are drama queens. Their leaves start to wilt. They visually give us clues as well. But frequency-wise, sound-wise, when it's translated into a way that we can hear these sonic frequencies, they're actually crying. They actually have voice. Same thing where, what is it called? Allopathy? I might be wrong on that, so correct me in the comments. But say when a maple tree is next to a walnut tree, we already know that walnuts produce a toxin. Well, technically, they also produce a vibration that's almost like a war drum to all the plants around it saying, get ready, I'm here in this space. There's territory communication. There's also sharing of nutrients. If there is a mama oak, a beautiful mother oak, she's actually not only just dropping her acorns, she's feeding them. When there's a pest, like that starts to, like say aphids come to start attacking one plant, it's actually giving off frequencies through its root system to plants that are far away, like hundreds of feet away, to let them know, hey, there's an intruder. There's an invasive species. And in reaction to that, they start producing, even these plants that haven't been attacked yet, they start producing the very same defense mechanisms and enzymes, chemicals within their reaction to this one tree, alerting the rest of them. The plant world is so much more sophisticated than we have ever imagined. It's the same thing as like redwoods that are by a water system can actually spread their nutrients through the microbiology, through the transmissions, their communication in their root system, and actually transfer those nutrients, that water, to areas of drought. They are so evolved in such a beautiful way, and we're just finally waking up to it. So would you think differently about clear-cutting a forest when you knew that they were speaking to you in a language that we just couldn't hear with our limitations? Also, too, they have these wonderful things like allergy aspects, right? So it gets you to think a little differently. But grass actually cries ahead of the mower. Now we're starting to actually hear it, be aware of it. Would you think differently about mowing your lawn and knowing that that lovely smell of grass when it's freshly cut, if you're allergic to it like me, that's their defense, right? Would you think differently about what you harm around you if you knew that you were harming it? They're waking us up to this kind of enlightenment in such a beautiful way. But I'm digressing. Like I say, expect this trying to open you up in such a beautiful way that is exactly like this. It's like you're the plant. We're all the plants that have been crying, saying this ain't right. So expect career pivots, unanticipated promotions. This is like your boss is all of a sudden left the company and you're next in line kind of thing. It's pushing you into uncharted territory. Say someone reaches out for a collaboration project with your social media, right? With what you do. And all of a sudden it's got to like move associated with it. You're moving to a new neighborhood, a new territory with a moving bonus package that's allowing you to buy that dream house that just so happens to be cheaper in this new area that, hey, this state just happens to, or this area just happens to not believe or have it set up in their governmental system, their local government, to make you even pay taxes. It's cheaper. It's set up off the grid, right? All of these beautiful things are coming through with this trine in such a beautiful way for Virgos. There's something very magical happening. It's big. It's for you. And it's all about, tied to your deepest desires, your future dreams, chance encounters, shocking revolutions, effortless energy towards fortunate shifts and money. And remember Venus. This is Venus in our second house. Money is tied with this. If she's not your favorite planet, like I said, you are going to, that she's going to be by the end of this week, by the end of this month, really, truly. But either way, the moon in Leo as well will also be in your 12th house and will also be trine with Neptune, our planet of dreams. The moon in Leo is also going to be sextile with Venus and Uranus too, by the way. So this is tied to your spiritual aspects. The 12th house, hidden talents, intuition, hidden strengths. And don't forget, we also have this orb. We're going to start feeling the 2-degree orb that's starting, that's forming between Jupiter trining Saturn. When this comes into fruition on October 20th, stay tuned. Oh my goodness, because it just gets better from here. This month is so exciting. If you've got goosebumps, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, because this is where you are in a favorable position. With the Seven of Wands, you're standing your ground. You are standing up with your tenacity, and you're getting it with Mars energy. This is go-getter energy, and remember, he's in his home. Venus is in her home. This is powerful. Now we've got 2 grander trines. What? We've got Jupiter working with you. We've got Saturn working with you. We've got Mercury. Oh, this is gorgeous. And we've got that Leo energy. Like I say, with the moon in Leo, there's a light being illuminated on you, on your solar plexus, in a way where you are truly inspiration in action, and it's tied to your spirituality. You're rising to personal challenges. You're embracing the hidden wisdom, the mystery of what's ahead. And yes, there's going to be tests. You're conquering them all. You've got this. This is where it's like, especially with our South Node being in Virgo, that's all about, let's repeat this, let's repeat this, let's repeat this till we get it. Now it's like, oh, well, I don't need to repeat that anymore. I got this. It's fine. And Mars is ensuring it. Chiron's ensuring it. This is where the past is not defining you from this week forward. And with the 16, I mean, new beginnings with balance, reducing to the 7. This is releasing up anything that's been holding you back. This is waking up to your inner desires and letting your intuition guide you faithfully, fearlessly forward with sudden epiphanies, open doors that lead to spiritual growth. This is also looking at sudden change, right? Overthrowing misconceptions and letting your ambition truly lead the way, and letting anything that was built on sand fall because it wasn't meant to be supported for the long haul. And that's what Saturn is truly bringing to light. That's what Saturn is truly clearing the way for. This is gorgeous energy, and we're just getting to the middle of the week. So I just do want to prepare you. This is jubilation. You're going to be flying higher than you've flown in a decade this week. Get ready to soar. Everything's coming into alignment with you. October 15th is going to feel a little bit like Snowball. Like I say, with her untying your shoes, this is where this has got some energy to it. So I just want to prepare you. But before we get there, this is where Spirit is really reminding you. This is the strongest card in the deck, right? You got the sunflowers in the back gliding towards your victory in jubilation, vitality, enthusiasm, towards your success, your glory, your material wealth, your health, your confidence, and with spiritual leadership, with servant leadership being the sign of service, with your compassion to everything that the Soul's Temple is giving you in Libra season. Contentment, balance, harmony, diplomacy. And why I bring that up is because on the 15th, the moon will be square with Mercury and with Mars. So, the moon's in Leo in our 12th house, the spirituality, the 12th house too, hidden strengths, hidden talents, creative flow, but also the 12th house is the unveiling of hidden enemies. Remember, life happens for you, not to you. So even this is something that is meant to help you. With the moon squaring with Mercury and Mars in Scorpio in your 3rd house, there may be some aggression or conflict that comes to the surface with siblings, maybe a coworker, in your community that will put you on the defense. And it'll also be sparked by some intense communication. Okay? Micro and macro level. Just want to put that out there. So this is the time to remember to let everything that isn't aligned with your values fall. And with that scorpionic energy, stand up for what you believe in. So this is the time to breathe and respond rather than react, especially with your creative flow. So there's something here, especially with the 12, with the 3, breaking that down, that's going to relate and require you to think about how you communicate, how you respond, and let's make it creative, right? Just like the Portland protests, I'm just saying, it's that kind of energy that it's going to be asking of you. And utilize this, channel this extra energy, transmute that reaction into a response that's creative or through a creative outlet. Meditation, journaling, anything that lets you create beauty within and without from this energy so that it's used for healing, used for construction, allows you to stand in your values, and allows you to take on a new perspective, right? This is about trust being tested and leading you to spiritual growth. And 2, we got Neptune here. Now remember, Neptune, in its lower expressions, that's basically illuminating any type of delusions, fantasies, anything that's been pulling the veil over the eyes. This may be coming out during this day. It's impactful. But remember, your words right now in particular, with Mars and Mercury together, are very potent. You've got some power behind your actions. This is the time to think outside the box and make sure that that creative energy is channeled in a way for healing that allows for construction rather than destruction, because it will be impactful. So this is where same thing as like those Portland protests. It's like if there's miscommunication, misrepresentation, trying to paint them out, and I'm not going to try and get like too into the weeds here of this political aspect, but if there's trying to be misrepresentation, miscommunication through our main media systems, which follow the money, they're all owned by the same company, right? There's a reason. And they're working cahoots. Let's just put it there. If there's been false narratives being painted, what's your response to it? Well, they're getting some inflatable costumes out and they're making it fun. They're creating dance halls in the street, right? It's like a Mardi Gras every single day in their protests. While basically what the response that the antagonization is looking for is violence, so that we can try and have it comes to mind, oh my gosh, John Oliver basically picked out a protester that was just hilariously so embodiment of this energy. So he got tear gassed, and this interviewer is asking him, so are you okay? Like, what happened? What was the experience like? He's like, yeah, I got tear gassed. Tasted like fascism. It's snarky energy, right? It's responsive. It has a potent message behind it that lets people know there's false narratives that are untrue, and you're standing in your authenticity. This is standing as the Page of Pentacles, holding your coin, shining your light with action, with initiation that leads to stability, not destruction, that also embraces the unity, the adaptability with grace that Geminian energy comes into, embracing all of this expansive perspective, right? New skills, embracing new opportunities, new employment, choosing enthusiasm, inspired action, especially when it comes to good news about money, career, education, home coming in, and not letting anyone take those opportunities by painting false narratives. This is tapping in and aligning with that crown chakra. And remember, that's the fool's shoes, right? That's about being connected with the divine, being whole and complete with all parts of yourself, but being connected with the collective energy of the universe, that we are all connected. And when things try and drive us apart, that strength in unity is what we're hanging on to and fighting for in such a beautiful way. So use this energy. It's big. And like I say, you got this. It's fine. We've got so much support coming in here. It's not even going to phase you. But like I say, just watch those lower expressions because it is going to be fast movement. And this is the only challenging day of the week. That's it. So let's look at, this is calling me. Look at this. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So let's talk about this. Out of all the days this week, the 16th is really one to pay attention to. There's a lot happening here. I'm going to try and touch on as much of it as I can. But I also want to make sure, I already know that this is going to be a long reading, so if you need to pause the video, get an extra cup of coffee, maybe shake your booty off a little bit, get ready to do some, make some room in your living room or in your office space. This is the day to do a little bit of a happy dance, so get ready. So just to get into it, the sun in Libra in our second house is going to be sextile with the moon in Leo in our 12th house of spirituality, right? Later in the afternoon, when the moon moves into Virgo, into our first house at 0 degrees of new beginnings, by the way, as well, it will also square Uranus and Juno. And remember, Juno is Jupiter's wife in Sagittarius, our 4th house of home, family, contracts. At this time too, Mars will also be trine with the lunar north node. Remember, the lunar north node is in Pisces in our 7th house, partnerships, contracts, commitments. I hope you see where this is going. Get ready to start doing a bit of a happy dance. So, and I will also say, with Uranus being opposite, being square, right? So I should back that up and say it right. So with the moon moving into Virgo at 0 degrees, being square with Uranus and Juno, Juno is also opposite Uranus. So there's this T square, or if you would like to put it, a plus sign, a cross, however you want to put it. But with all this energy between the sun, between the moon, Uranus, Juno, the North Node, Mars, oh my goodness, this is liberating change. Something is occurring here that's being sparked by an unexpected professional development. It's positive, it's public. When it comes to Uranus being in your 10th house, remember that's career, reputation, honors, achievements. How you invest your time, your money, your energy, what you build, and being seen for it. There's an unexpected professional development in such a big way. And with Leo, or with that Leo energy, with the moon first starting out, it's putting the spotlight on you. It's going to give you this huge energetic boost with the sextile, with the sun and the moon being in Libra and being sextile, know what I meant? In the beginning of this. So there's this new path that's being presented, and it's allowing you to stand in your true authenticity. It's unconventional, is all I gotta say. And I will also say too, Juno is going to be sextile with Venus. Commitment, money, heart's desires are all involved here. It's liberation from expectations, from the traditional path. This is like going viral on social media kind of energy, where your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube channels are all of a sudden jumping from thousands of views to hundreds of thousands of views. There's something that's happening here. This is also where this is the time to embrace the new, let go of control, trust your intuition, and acknowledge your emotions when it comes to all this surprise. So don't suppress your excitement. Don't suppress your surprise. Don't suppress your discomfort from change, having all these eyes on you, from all the extra attention. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't strive for perfection either with all of this being in the light. This is the time to get messy in such a beautiful way, because like I say, this is the week where everything that makes you you is going to become an asset. It's your power, it's going to hold promise, and it's going to tie to your purpose. And things are going to move very fast with Uranus's energy. It's breakthrough, right? It's breaking through that glass ceiling. So focus your energy because change is coming. Your willpower is going to be shining here. You've got the reins, and it's leading you straight to success with your ambitions. So this is the time to not sleep on yourself, I guess is how I would put it, and not dim your light, not be resistance to change. Because it's the arrival of good news. It's going to lead to travel, exploration with charisma. It's going to give you excitement. It's going to lead to your freedom. And it's going to involve your creativity. So this is the time to truly shine. And I will also say, because Mars is trining the North Node at the same time, and Mercury is involved here too, right? So Mars and Mercury, moving mountains, the power duo, are trining your North Node in Pisces, 7th house of partnerships, commitments. At the same time, he'll also be sextiling the South Node. So all this wisdom that you've gained from that South Node, those lessons, this is what you've waited for. This is destined opportunities. Like I say, your chariot is coming in. You're being spoiled for choice with the 7 of Cups here, right? All your desires. You've got options. This is the time to truly dive into the new. There's something here, especially with your 7th house of partnerships, especially with Mars being in his home. Trining your partnerships, your 3rd house of agreements, communication. There could be a contract that you're signing. You're doing something with a business partner, launching a business, putting it out there in a collaborative way that lets you be seen. Let me tell you. And it's going all in. There's something big here, and it's meaningful. It's spiritual. It's your life's purpose. It's fulfilling your dreams with confidence, drive, ambition. And it's a gateway within the 2 grand trines. This is, yes, if you're doing a happy dance, this is the time to do that. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because everything that has left you feeling exhausted, feeling like you were stabbed in the back in the past, let me tell you, all the backstabbing, the deception, the gossip, exaggerations, what's made you have to get on guard, have left you feeling like you needed to, that you were defeated, that there was stress taking and draining your energy, tension that was taking you away from your purpose, violence, inflictions being brought against you. There's a truth coming through in a very big way with this scorpionic energy, with Mars and Mercury trining the North Node at the same time as sextiling the South Node like this. There's something here that's also where you're letting it go. There's something that's coming to light. The truth is coming to light. You standing in your truth is coming to light. And it's going to free you up from letting the past define your future. And the reason why I say that as well is because on the 17th, the sun will also be opposing Chiron, our wounded healer, in Aries, action, initiation, in our 8th house, transformation, shared resources, intimacy. So these two, with the sun opposing Chiron on the 17th, these two are offering you a huge breakthrough in healing. It's going to free you up from that past where your desires truly do come true. It's going to open this door, free up this energy when it comes to your manifestations, writing abundance into your soul's contract, with your North Node being highlighted, with success, happiness, attainment into your soul contract, with your North Node being highlighted. This is where it is time to truly celebrate, and it's time to come together with the synergy of unification, right? We're stronger together. So just to get into the sun opposing Chiron a little bit. So these two are offering you this major healing in how you perceive your identity. Feeling like if you've been feeling in some way, shape, or form, and we'll get into some areas where you're not enough, where you've been taken advantage of, in what you value. This is going to all be tied, this healing, this breakthrough, this liberation is going to be tied to your values, your income, your worth. So your deepest vulnerabilities regarding trust, regarding emotional bonds with coming together with people, how you've experienced sharing resources in the past, and where you've been hurt or deceived in those areas, and how that's impacted your identity, your perception and in how you've carried that wounding forward with you, how it's affected your role in partnerships. This is freedom from all of that past. Through healing conversations with Mars and Mercury's energy on the table here, by instilling firm boundaries, sharing and shining in your truth with that scorpionic energy, with the North Node and the South Node being highlighted here, with this 2-degree orb between Jupiter and Saturn's trine that's going to really come into fruition on October 20th. You're going to feel this energy this whole week before it comes into full alignment at 2 degrees. With the moon in Virgo at 0 degrees of new beginnings, emotions, your cup is overflowing. This is the week. This is freedom from the past. And it's firming your boundaries. If someone came in from the past to give you your flowers, you're saying, thank you, that's very nice. I appreciate that. And you're leaving it right there. This is where with Mars's energy, it's enforcing the surrender of leaving the past to the past and taking that wisdom with you and turning those pains into your passion, those wounds into your wisdom. And it's tying it all into your money, into your career, into your story, your lifestyle, living life on your terms with this grand air trine between Venus, Uranus, and Pluto, and also the Sun. So, this is where, with this week, expect new opportunities. It's positive energies. Like I said before, I'll say it again. If Venus isn't your favorite planet yet, she's going to be. By the end of this week, all these new relationships that are coming in are going to be your chosen family. It's magical this week in such a beautiful way. Fertility being brought, celebrations in order or in a need of order. This is the time to come together in your partnerships, friendships, reunions, joy, love. Your cup is overflowing. And as you can see, all of these magical gifts are filling that cup, and the cross is coming through, this plus sign, however you want to put it, between Uranus being opposite Juno, at the same time that these two are also going to be square with that moon in Virgo at 0 degrees. It's got something to do with your home, your family, your contracts, your North Node, your destiny, your wisdom from the past. This is that. And as you can see, my favorite thing about the lily, what I love about lilies most is they represent purity. That's what your future is right now. And the reasoning why is because they normally live in ponds, right? Ponds are not known for being super clear water and clean, like, you know, like the Great Lakes of Superior or the Great Lakes just in general in the Midwest. They're very murky, right? They've got all this fertility to them with the soil, with the plant life, with the fish, the frogs. It's teeming with life, but it's hidden, right? It's very murky. You can't see the future through all of it. But the beautiful thing about a lily is every night when they descend, or I shouldn't say every night, but when they emerge, let's put it in a different light. When they emerge from this unknown, this hidden mystery of what lies beneath those waters, all that fertility that's in there, all those nutrients, they come out clean as a whistle. There's no mud on them. There's no nothing on them. They have this special resistance within their petals, similar to water off a duck's back, right? With the oils on a duck's feathers, that allows them to emerge from the murky waters in such a clean way. It's liberating, it's pure, and it's your freedom. That's what this Ace of Cups is. This whole week is for Virgos. So, this is the time to sing your song. The song that only you have, that's tied to your story, your career, your lifestyle, living life on your terms. Your heart's desires getting a revolution here, with Pluto going direct, with Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, all encompassing this, aligning for you. This is beautiful energy. Now is the time to sing your song for the world to see you. Your inner navigation is going to be guiding you, and it always will. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goals. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul, because this week holds power, promise, and purpose. It's got it written all over it, and it's leading you to your freedom. Your heart is pure and free. Your greater purpose is calling you. You have unlimited reserves and stamina of strength behind you. This is the time to follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And if you just got goosebumps, if your ears started ringing, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Claim this message in the comments below. Because this is a week where Virgos are truly, just get ready to fly higher than you have in a decade. It is gorgeous energy. Now, before we go as well, I just want to go ahead and look at our major arcana here. Oh my gosh, I think that was 3 C's. What? Talk about a synergy there. 3 times 3. Ah, there is. Wow, look at that. And it's, like I say, this is out of all the keys, this holds no sharps and no flats. This is you, everything is aligning for you this week in such a beautiful way. It's magical, it's destined, it's freeing. So what we pulled music therapy-wise is 3 C's, a G sharp and a D sharp, and then color therapy. Look at this. This is all tied to your root chakra with your foundation. Your foundation is going to be unshakable after this week. So this is red, orange, sacral energy, and indigo, standing in your spiritual purpose, your life's purpose. So I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I am sending you guys so much love and light. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.